Okay, here's the full res image. And if you want to see more of my art or get updates when I release new videos, be sure to check out my social media. The first page spread features a typical day for Spider Girl, the ordinary girl. She's just walking home from school with her books when she notices a strange spider in her path. It glows softly, almost imperceptibly. So I added some glow lines to show that. She doesn't notice at first, but when she steps on it, it bites her hand. She screams and clutches it in her hand in shock. And the spider crawls up her arm toward her shoulder, disappearing into her jacket. She runs off, still clutching her books, until she gets home and looks in the mirror. I drew her reflection since we can see her face in this panel. Her eyes widen in surprise as she sees these pencil scratch lines coming from the bite on her arm, which look like a spiderweb pattern. She must have had enough of this, so she goes out to test her new powers. This time, we can only see her back as she shoots a web at the wall. She didn't quite stick it correctly since she's still getting used to it. But we can see the web pattern on the wall behind her and the city skyline. That's where I put the little heart detail in the corner. This is her first leap. And our next scene shows her trying to swing through the city. But she's not quite getting the hang of it yet, so she loses her balance and falls. She could have just kept falling forever, but I wanted to add this bit of action to the page. She's facing some bullies or maybe a thief in the street. At first, she hesitates and shrinks back, but then this little spark of courage ignites within her. She stands her ground and with a quick movement shoots a web and stops the thief in his tracks. The last panel shows her standing on top of a tall building, letting her cape billow in the wind. I made the background all pencil lines to give the effect of looking down onto the city below. She spreads her arms wide, ready to take on whatever comes next. And that's when I added these final words to the brown paper background. With courage comes great responsibility. I really enjoyed making this comic, so I hope you enjoyed reading it as much as I enjoyed making it. Now it's time for me to tell you about the second page. This is another spread from the same story. We open on Pinocchio, who's enjoying a stroll in the park with some birds sitting on his nose. They chirp merrily, and he seems very happy until Geppetto calls out to him. He's got his sketchbook and looks like an Oopa. He wants Pinocchio to pose for him so he can draw him. Pinocchio strikes a pose and Geppetto begins sketching him with his pencil. But it's not an easy task. Pinocchio keeps moving around. At first, Geppetto struggles to keep up with him. His lines are shaky, and he even smudges some of them. But slowly, he finds a rhythm, and the lines become more confident and steady. Pinocchio strikes every pose, happy to be of help to his dear papa. And after a while, Geppetto is satisfied with his work. He closes his sketchbook and gives Pinocchio a big hug. It was just a simple afternoon in the park, nothing special, just two friends spending time together. I kept this one a little simpler than the first page. I wasn't sure how much I'd be able to fit in, so I focused on just a few elements. I wanted to make sure that the pencil strokes were the center of attention, so I shaded everything else very lightly. It almost feels like a vintage storybook cover with the black and gray pencil strokes and the textured brown paper background. Anyways, I'm really pleased with how both of these pages turned out. I had a lot of fun with the Spider-Girl comic, but I also enjoyed taking things a little slower with Pinocchio and Geppetto. Now I want to hear from you. Which character would you rather be? The powerful Spider-Girl or the imaginative Pinocchio? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed today's art, don't forget to hit that like button. Till next time, stay creative, my friends.